So there we go. All set up. More or less anyway. Just need to chuck the bedding in. We'll be okay. The setup I've got on each of these. So I've got the arrow stuck firmly in the ground to the point where it won't come out, and I've got some pretty cheap arrowheads, so they're not going to rust. And I've just got little prusik knots on each of these that hold the tension on the guy ropes. So I've got 2 guy ropes on either end. That's all I use the pegs for. And you see the back, I just kind of loosely pinned to a couple of trees. Don't really care too much about the back unless it's very windy, which, you know, we're in a valley, it's going to get cold, but there's a good chance it's not going to get that windy. Yeah, so this front support up here, it's just kind of like the weakest part of the tent because it's not guy rope down or anything such as, but generally speaking it holds, again, unless it gets really, really windy. And I don't really care about like whether it's supported or not, because it tends to just stick in the ground deep enough to the point where it doesn't fall out. So that's it. We're almost done actually, and the sun is just starting to set. We've probably got about an hour and a half of daylight left before it's completely set, and we've probably got about an hour of reasonable light left. So it's probably a good time to start cooking the stew. Inside the esky, this is just some fishing bait. This is some homemade stuff. I got a recipe for that. Fucking dynamite is what it is. Not actually dynamite. We got some carrots. This is just a bit of a filler. I'm pretty much dining the best you possibly could on a camping trip, just simply because I wanted to try this out. I had a camping trip with mates, which I'll upload to YouTube probably at some point. Found a quarry, did some pretty fun swimming around, mucking about, diving in with the GoPro and such, because it was the first time using it. But yeah, I had pretty much the same setup, because we had 3 days without food, because over the Easter, a long weekend, they ended up closing the supermarket, which kind of sucked, and at the same time it was kind of like a challenge. So we've got some lamb chops down there, and we got some bacon rashers, which is absolutely fucking legendary. You can't get better than that when you go camping. in years. Anyway, I'm gonna stop recording here. We'll do some other things. So I realized there was a problem with the fire, or at least while there was a problem until now. I had a few sticks underneath that was lighting up several of the big ones that I threw on top, but when I put the big ones on top, I'd put only a handful of smaller sticks beneath it. So I didn't have any flames, or at least the flames were there for the first maybe 20 minutes of the fire. I didn't have any consistent flames coming up from beneath in the form of like medium coals, which meant I didn't get any larger coals, which meant that as soon as I put Mr. Crockpot on the fire, we had a bit of a heat problem. So now that I think I've somewhat fixed it, we'll have to wait and see. There's a bird just over here making noises. So cool, man. It's like your own private paradise. It's really nice. Gets a little bit daunting every now and then, doing a solo trip, but one thing to always keep in mind is that any of the problems you have regarding, being scared or alone come from up in here. And as soon as you master this, which I haven't done yet, you really start to have a lot of fun. And you can move on from basic survival, well, not even survival, just basic thought processes like gotta have food, gotta have this, gotta have that, to thinking more along the lines of enjoying what's in front of you and what's around you. Another thing I realized, this little pretty art piece of decoration, it is absolutely fucking useless. And the veranda that I made, because I didn't push the forest back further enough, is way too close to the fire, so I had to take it down. As soon as I lit it, I realized, Michael, you fucked up. So there we have it. See you guys in a bit. I can smell stuff cooking and it smells amazing. Even though it's not boiling. Can't wait. Alrighty, yep. There's probably a bit of white noise, so I'll speak up a little bit. But as is, I'm using a setup of sinker, bead, power bait on a treble hook. Well, a double hook because the treble fits in my pants. So, we'll see how we go. Well, as you can see the river behind me, I made it back to camp. I'm on the pretty cool rock that I found earlier. The hunting wasn't very successful, mind you. I did see one rabbit about 10 meters from my campsite, but by the time I'd seen it, it had already started sprinting in the opposite direction, which is a bit of a bummer. I didn't expect there to be rabbits around because I didn't see any droppings, although I saw lots and lots of holes around here, but they all looked really old, so I suspected that, you know, the rabbits had moved on or they were using a different spot now. Turns out that spot was about 5 meters from my camp, which is interesting. And then I was doing some other clearing stuff, and I was doing some pack up, and I heard rustling in the bushes. I look over and another rabbit had walked into the camp right at the outskirts to check out what was going on, and he just fucked off in the opposite direction. So it is worthwhile hunting here, but not for deer, it seems. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, even though I woke up this morning and I saw some deer droppings just literally where my bed was. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is... There's a bug over there. Saw lots of bugs last night. A bunch of centipedes actually crawled into my sleeping bag. That was a fun time. Fucking hell. So what I'm going to do is hike back out again, because it's my rendezvous time. And what we'll probably want to see as well as some footage on the road. We'll drive out of here. We'll drive down to either Big River or Eildon, and yeah, see if we can catch some big trout. If not some big trout, then perhaps a Murray cod, which has been my goal for the last 3 months. And we've gone fishing maybe twice a week, spent 6 to 7 hours fishing, and we've been in the lake all around, probably 6, 7, maybe even 15 different spots. So no success on that one. Buddy, we'll eventually get there. That is a sight. Lyrebird. You would not believe this lyrebird is having a freaking bath. Zoom out a bit so you get a steadier shot. Fucking awesome. Makes the most obnoxious noise. Oh, there's bloody 2 of them. Oh, what a sight. They're gone now. Oh, man. You don't get that on camera very often, guys. Bit of Australian wildlife. And the fishing is right here as well. Fucking incredible. Whoop. So we've got about 10 minutes of battery left, and we've been fishing for the last 3 hours and a bit. So we've done alright. We've had a hard slog, done as much as we could. We've used 3 different types of bait, but we haven't caught anything. So I think the luck has run out. We'll have to wait until next time. Other than that, no worries. I think this will be the end of the trip. It's been fucking amazing, I'll be honest. Got a good camp set up. Yeah. It's just nice being out here.